I can continue watching this.
You dirty bitch!
It's very painful to watch.
คุณมอนเก่งมากที่ทำซีรีส์นี้ดีออกมา
In all truth speaking, I don't want to speak.
Shine ditches the usual fluff and drops you smack in the middle of Thailand's 1969 political unrest. After 3 years, Mile and Oppo reunite in WeTV's original series, and fans are split between obsessing and rage quitting. Honestly, we're getting almost every type of reaction from this series, and it's safe to say it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Political dramas can stir strong feelings, and today we're not rating Shine episode by episode. At this point, it goes without saying. The acting, the quality, the directing, it's all on point. So this video is about what Shine says about BL itself, the label, the expectations, and why fans keep getting whiplash. Hey besties, welcome back to the channel, and can you believe we're about to hit our 1-year anniversary? 1 whole year of me yelling about BLs, overanalyzing steamy stares, and apparently turning minor fandom drama into 20-minute essays. If you've been here since day 1, thank you for sticking around, and if you're new, hi, I'm Blush. Hit subscribe so you don't miss year 2 of this chaos. If you still haven't gotten a VPN, let me show you how easy it is to literally teleport your internet to another country. Region locks gone. 1 click and suddenly you're streaming content like a local, no passport required. The download is quick, and now I have this nifty little button in my toolbar. Don't worry, you can use it on your phone too. Plus, it keeps your connection safe so your internet service provider won't know you just binged 8 hours of BL series. The link and deal will be in the pinned comment. Shine is a period drama set in Thailand's turbulent 1969 to 1971 era. Our leads, Tanwa and Trin, meet against the backdrop of student protests, military crackdowns, and a fight for freedom. The series doesn't shy away from showing the tear gas, the censorship, the beatings. It's gritty. Tanwa's a free-spirited hippie, and Trin's a principled economist. And when they cross paths with Moira, a larger-than-life widow, well, their lives take an unpredictable turn. So you can imagine to create a backdrop like this and provide all the historical layers for viewers who may not have been alive or even old enough to really know what was going on during that era, and also set up our characters and their context in this world, it'll start slow. Slow in the BL world means why are they kissing already and living happily ever after? And honestly, some viewers dipped out early because it felt like homework. In general, BL fans come for escapism, pretty people, and the kind of fluff that makes us feel warm and fuzzy. Shine puts its values somewhere else, in politics, protest, realism, and that's where it loses part of the usual crowd. The global mindset is still, 2 guys, Asia, must be a BL, but that's a bit outdated. These countries are in transition, politically, socially, creatively, and believe it or not, BL is originally a fantasy genre. Back when it first popped off, it was so rare to even see 2 guys together on screen romantically, and most people could go their whole life without ever knowingly meeting a gay person. That's one of the reasons why it felt like pure fantasy. But now, things are shifting in Asia, especially in Thailand, where queer stories are everywhere. And honestly, I think the term BL, or Y series as it's called locally, is on its way to becoming obsolete. For now though, it's just the industry label, a buzzword to quickly attract a fan base in reference to soft power. Kind of like K-pop. It doesn't matter if it's rap, rock, or a ballad. If a Korean is performing it, people will throw it under the K-pop umbrella. Case in point, Lisa from Blackpink just won a VMA for Best K-pop Song with her collab Born Again alongside Ray and Doja Cat. What about that screams K-pop? And I've mentioned here and there, I love Blackpink and I love Lisa, but even she seems confused.
This is Lisa. I'm so honored to be receiving this award.
So yes, 2 guys in love in Asia, suddenly it's a BL, even if the characters are telling a very different kind of story. And here's the catch, production companies know the term BL is what gets instant clicks. Call it a BL and boom, international fans show up, streaming platforms promote it, and hashtags trend. But if you notice, and I'll just show a snippet here from an early promo where the cast insisted Shine wasn't a BL.
Shine is the first original gay series of Thailand. It's not boys now.
But almost immediately they spun it into a joke. We're not boys, we're men.
We're not boy.
With a wink to reassure the audience that yes, the steamy scenes were still coming.
Like man love and love scene inside. You know, love scene is gonna be hot and mild and sweet.
It feels like they almost knew that the majority of viewers would be BL fans, and honestly, trying to distance themselves from the label right before premiering probably wasn't the smartest move. I could just be overanalyzing this, but the problem is, when the story isn't actually built around BL values, the fluff, the romance first, the comfort tropes, audiences feel duped.
Hey, so whatever happened to BL's making you happy? Hey, maybe we've lost the plot of it. Remember when we used to watch BLs to de-stress? Huh? Maybe? Oh, a better time. Like, I'm scared to watch episodes now.
You end up with disappointment on both sides. BL fans check out because it's too heavy, and people who would love a gritty political drama might never even give it a chance because the BL label scared them off. Not because they're necessarily homophobic, but that they just don't care for the BL fantasy tropes. So now, Shine is basically stuck in that gap. Some people also brought up that Shine being a WeTV exclusive is why it's struggling. And sure, not every fan wants to juggle another platform, but that reason doesn't fully hold. Top Form from earlier this year was also a WeTV exclusive, and it blew up. One of the biggest hits of 2025 easily. So clearly, if the hype is strong enough, people will find a way to watch it. The real issue isn't the platform. It's whether the show delivers what the audience thinks they're signing up for. And here's where the expectations game really comes into play. Mile and Oppo's last big project together was KinnPorsche, and that series was chaos in the best way. Mafia glam, campy fight scenes, ridiculous plot twists, bougie houses, fan service galore. It was messy, but it was fun and became an international hit in 2022. People fell in love with their dynamics they portrayed in KinnPorsche, and it doesn't help that a few signature BL aspects are being brought over to Shine as well, such as the fixed CP pairing, similar types of promos and fan events. So you can see where it gets confusing. But the thing is, Shine doesn't want you to swoon. It wants you to ache. It expects more from its viewers emotionally, asking you to sit with fear, injustice, and heartbreak before giving you the small payoffs. This is the exact opposite of escapism, to the point you feel claustrophobic and want to go back to your reality. Yes, Shine is a tough watch. So much so, even when you want to go on and support the project and the team, you simply have to stop.
Respectfully, guys, I don't think I can continue watching this series. It's very painful, and it's not something I can stomach right now. I'm gonna continue watching everybody's updates on the series, but it's a very heavy series that I think I might have to drop, no matter how beautiful it might be. It's very painful to watch. If you can't handle tragedy and you can't handle graphic on-screen violence, graphic homophobia, I think you should spare yourself and not watch the show. Yeah.
I know these days we feel like we're going backwards sometimes, but media like this is a good reminder that despite all the shit in the world right now, we did make progress in some places. Now, let me clear something up because I feel like this trips people up every time. Just because a series dives into politics or social justice doesn't mean it automatically stops being a BL. Take Not Me for example. That show was neck deep in protests, corruptions, and activism, and yet it was still very much marketed and embraced as a BL, and stands as one of the best BLs of its time. Why? Because at the end of the day, Often Gun's love story was the heart of the series. The political angle elevated the story for sure, but it didn't replace the romance. I think this is what BL fans are generally comfortable with. Basically, there are a lot of posts on Reddit and Twitter right now wondering why this masterpiece of a production isn't doing as well as some other BLs this year in terms of trending online, and the answer to that is we're not exactly comparing apples to apples here. Another series that also has the BL tag on Gaga Ulala but very much is not, is Japan's Happy of the End. The series is all about doing whatever you need to do in order to survive. And I mean whatever you need to do in order to survive. I think it's highly underrated, but you need a strong stomach to watch it, so I understand why it's not talked about that often. What's crazier is that the actors are from a J-pop group and they absolutely nailed the acting. The other thing that I want to touch on isn't just about BL or Thailand, but it's about the world in general, and maybe this is why Shine and stories like it land like such a gut punch. The truth is, as viewers today, we're less tolerant of sad endings or fictional heartbreak because heartbreak, injustice, violence, we're already drowning in it every single day. It's on our feeds, on the news, sometimes in our own homes. So when we press play, most of us are craving escape, not another mirror of the chaos outside. That doesn't mean sad stories shouldn't exist, but it does mean they hit harder, and they're harder to sell to an audience already living in constant uncertainty. This isn't just BL fans being too soft for realism, it's a wider cultural shift. For instance, we watch a show like Shine and can't help connecting it to whatever crisis is unfolding in the real world. And on top of that, when we watch a high-quality production like Shine, we're experiencing it through a cinematic lens, gorgeous, immersive, which makes us form attachments to these characters, and then we sit there waiting for the inevitable heartbreak. It's tragedy in 4K, and I can see why it's exhausting. Another reason this may not be landing with some BL fans is because BL as a genre has traditionally been sold through softness, innocence, and that boyish appeal, wide-eyed students, puppy love, campus crushes, even if the actors are in their 30s. In Shine, these aren't boys, they're men with adult responsibilities, political convictions, and real stakes. So it also signals another shift. Masculinity in queer storytelling doesn't have to mean innocence and fluff, it can mean agency, adulthood, and rebellion. And honestly, the whole "we're not boys, we're men" thing opens up a bigger conversation about Asian men and how they're constantly infantilized in global media, so when they don't act like it, we're uncomfy. And that can be a topic for another day, but for now, we just know that Shine is clearly trying to plant itself in a different space. One thing's for sure, we still have our usual thirst edits online, but this series is making people write novels about their feelings. Scroll Reddit, scroll Twitter, X, and you'll find fans pouring their guts out about the characters, about the politics, even about their own lives. When a show forces you to process emotions you didn't even know you had, that's powerful. That's art doing its job. Sure, not everyone's going to vibe with it, but if a drama can spark conversations this deep, it's already left a bigger mark than simply having a lot of trending hashtags. And this is just a little extra thing I wanted to throw in here because I've been keeping tabs on what's going on in China when it comes to BLs. And Shine isn't just a Thai series, it's a WeTV original, which means there's Chinese money behind it. WeTV is owned by Tencent, one of China's biggest media giants, and that's wild because this isn't some glossy fantasy BL set in a sanitized world. Shine is a raw gay story rooted in real history with politics, repression, and heartbreak woven through every scene. So the irony is hard to miss. A Chinese-backed platform is funding something way riskier than the fantasy-style BLs they usually push internationally. That alone says a lot about how the market is shifting. Just look at how many BLs have come out of China this year. Shine ends up being another example of art imitating life. Also, I do want to throw in this disclaimer because tons of BL fans do love the heavier, more realistic stories, but it's also fair to say the wider audience is used to the lighter, fluffier escapes, and Shine is the outlier. Are you here for the gut punch, give me all the politics kind of BL, or are you team keep it fluffy, I need my serotonin? Neither is right or wrong, but I'm curious to see how you guys are finding it and what your reasons are for either continuing to watch it, dropping it, or holding off watching it altogether. Honestly, there are so many conversation topics that can be derived out of this series. I'm gonna leave the rest up to you guys, and I want your thoughts. Anything that crosses your mind about Shine, and whether you think production companies will shy away from continuing to make things like this if it doesn't have the same return that they're used to seeing from, say, productions like KinnPorsche, or they'll eventually see the impact of these type of series and keep going full steam ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.